Abraham Reyes was born to a very rich family and had a wealthy upbringing. According to him, his nursemaid used to tell him when he was little, "Abraham, one day, everybody will know your name." Abraham Reyes was the son of a nobleman, and attended schools in both Mexico and Europe, and was expelled from a Swiss school because of an affair with a maid. He then became a revolutionary guerrilla leader who resided in Nuevo Peristo, northern Mexico. Reyes has goals of achieving social reform through the violent revolution against the Mexican army and their leader, General Ignacio Sanchez. His charisma has allowed Reyes to be an excellent recruiter for his paramilitary group. The Federals think very little of Reyes, labeling him a traitor and a coward. They despise him as a combat leader, accusing him of never fighting his own battles, but rather sacrificing his followers. Accusations which have a grain of truth, but are exaggerated. He does, however, avoid unnecessary combat, but also personally saves John Marston from Vincent DeSantis' men before he can be executed, participates in the assault on Escalera alongside Marston, and acts as a decoy to aid the theft of a train and mans a cannon during the assault on El Presidio. When riding to the final assault on El Presidio, Reyes seems to espouse the virtues of eugenics, a relatively new idea at the turn of the century which divides the races of humanity into upper and lower classes. He claims to possess a more noble blood than the peasants he fights for, and when questioned about his less than favorable treatment of the Chinese workers, he remarks that they are an inferior race. However, despite Reyes' blatant hypocrisy and rampant promiscuity, he does seem to have respect for certain peoples, such as John Marston and Dutch van der Linde. To some degree, he respects the revolutionaries he leads and also the Mexican people he eventually ruled over. He admires Dutch's ideals and admits to John that he would have liked to have met him. He also goes on to reward John for his services by helping him bring Bill Williams and Javier Escuela to justice.
Oh, Mr. Marston! Mr. Marston!
What's wrong, Luisa?
I don't wait for myself, but for my country. Abraham Reyes has been captured.
He has?
He was coming to meet me at Roca Madera. It's a very romantic spot. It was a beautiful night, yet he was ambushed by patrol. My heart is breaking, but I cry for Mexico.
Where's he being held?
El Presidio. You know, in our hearts we are married already, but his family do not approve. How could they, when I'm little more than a peasant girl? But that's what makes Abraham the man he is. He doesn't care for their bourgeois, snobbery, or elitism. He sees the real me, the woman.
I'm sure.
I'm going to go and rescue him, or die trying.
Oh, whoa. I don't think that's such a good idea. Ride with me to near the jail. We'll figure out how to rescue him.
Mr. Marston, you're truly a friend of this land.
So everyone keeps informing me.
He is first encountered in the mission Must a Savior Die, when John has to rescue him from execution and return him to Luisa.
Now please cut me free, senor.
Luisa sent me. We have to meet her by the river.
¿Qué?
Luisa, the girl you're marrying.
Oh, yes. Such a devoted thing. El amor de mi vida. Mi amiga.
Abraham, Mr. Marston,
Oi!
the revolution will live on thanks to you.
Yes, indeed, John. You are as a brother to me. And my people need a man such as you to help our cause. My ranch is in Agave Viejo, and let me say, my brother, that we await you.
Well, best of luck to both of you, but I need to find 2 men so I can return to America.
No problem. I will help you find those men. And in return, you will win a people her freedom.
Viva Mexico!
¿A dónde tú vas, bella? ¿Eh? Bye, John. Vente conmigo. Tú sabes que en esta luz puedo ver el fuego en tus ojos. Laura, dame la fuerza para luchar.
After John has been betrayed by Colonel Allende, he joins the rebels, helping them and eventually managing to get Javier Escuela.
2 old friends reunited. It is a beautiful thing.
John then joins Reyes' army in an attempt to storm Allende and his villa.
Otra vez!
Welcome to Mexico. My brothers and I are just discussing the future of our country.
Okay, Let this man go.
And who are you, gringo?
I'm no one. But unless you want this town to tear you and your boys to shreds, I suggest you let him go.
And you think you could tell me what to do, friend?
Oh, you should listen to him, friend.
Look at that. You want to risk it?
The American is a drunk. If I were you, I would pull that trigger.
Put the gun down, Americano.
Ya, mátalo.
¡Déjenme, hombre!
¡Mierda! ¡Ay, Dios mío!
Santa Maria!
So you want to settle this now, friend? Or you want me to shoot you in the head right now for that poor girl?
The rebels and Marston manage to kill Allende and Bill Williamson, but Luisa dies in the process, having attempted to stab a soldier.
What the hell are you doing? Find my freedom, pendejo! Now shut up, you dummies, and get out of the wagon! Apúrate!
I'm coming out! Don't shoot! Here, take Williamson. Just let me live. I will leave the country, I promise.
You always was weak-minded!
Allende is dead! Mexico is mine! My people are free, and it is all thanks to you, John.
And to the people who laid down their lives. People like Luisa.
Oh, yes. She was very brave, and she will be missed. Who was she again?
Your peasant girl wife-to-be?
Oh, yes, of course. She will have a day named after her. Laura's Day.
Luisa.
What? Oh, yes, I know Laura as well. Magnificent girl. Like riding a pampas bull it was, amigo. You never saw anything like it. Anyway, enough about sport. Let's get back to politics. I trust you will join us in riding on the Capitol.
I'd love to, but with Williamson dead, my jailers need me back in Blackwater.
Hey, ¿qué hacen? Levántense. Well, I must say, I'll miss you, John Marston.
I doubt you'll even remember me, Abraham, but it's been an experience. Good luck with the revolution. If you win power, remember why you wanted it.
Well, travel safely, amigo. Come on.
Reyes usurps Ignacio Sanchez between 1911 and 1914, and it is stated in a 1914 newspaper, Reyes reportedly becomes a tyrant of a president, executing protesters, starving his people, and delaying democratic elections while building the presidential palace for himself. In the events of Undead Nightmare, Abraham finds an ancient Aztec mask underneath Escalera within a deep underground tomb. He puts it on thinking it would make him immortal, but instead turns him undead and awakens the dead across the land.
Abraham Reyes? Reyes! Stop that now, Abraham! Come on, stop that.
Do you see what your greed has done?
He always did have a way with the ladies. It's okay. He's dead.
Thank you, senor.
You'll be okay.
I'm glad you think so, but I fear I won't. None of us will. We are all doomed because of him.
Him? He wasn't a great guy, but I'm afraid you're giving him a little too much credit, my dear. Haven't I seen you before?
No. He caused this with his greed and his lust for power.
He heard an ancient myth and tested it. It caused all of these terrible things. His vanity overwhelmed us all.
What the hell are you talking about? Where have I seen you?
Me? Oh, I have a common enough face. I'm from here. He disturbed the royal burial grounds that lie underneath the town. He heard there was a mask hidden there that would make him invincible.
I've heard this blamed on Mexicans, Jewish people, freed slaves, the federal government, immigrants, the bad weather, now this. What's wrong with people?
It's true. Look in that chest. He has a sacred mask. That is where this plague came from. Him and his awful lust for power.
This is everything we know about the character of Abraham Reyes in Red Dead Redemption. Thank you for watching.